when I saw this with my own eyes on a November 8th episode of SmackDown, the fact that the women are finally getting a U.S. championship, I'm happy, man. I've never been happy. I'm like, it is about damn time. And the reason why I say that is because I have been pretty much complaining for years that the women's division in the WWE do not have enough belts. The men have far too much, and there's far too much gimmick belts for them to even have around. Don't even get me started on the 24/7 championship. Oh my gosh, no. But the women did not have any belts except for the main one, and that's it. They're just now getting tag team titles. It's been a few years, but how long did it take them to get it? A very long time, and even those belts are being ignored. I'm really happy that they actually decided to create a U.S. championship, because that means that they're going to try to create a decent legacy out of it. The U.S. championship is probably maybe the second most prestigious belt in WWE history, and I'm talking about the men's. They need to do the exact same thing with the women. They don't need to make this a forgettable title. They gotta make it memorable. They gotta find somebody on the mid card that can represent that title well. I have a few wrestlers that I think that actually should hold that belt, and one of them has been taking L's since she's gotten back, and I say Naomi. In my humble opinion, Naomi is probably one of the perfect candidates to actually hold that title and bring some worth to it. Since she got back from TNA, she's been taking nothing but L's, not many wins, only few, maybe 2 or 3 wins, but not any of noteworthy. In my opinion, if Naomi wins this belt, she's going to bring some prestige to it. She's going to bring some honor to it. She's going to make people look at it. And that's the one thing that these wrestlers need to do. Make them look at it by having them look at you and having you represent that title by what you're doing. Now, I know folks will probably say Bayley, but let's be honest, it'll be beneath her. Bayley has already been the SmackDown Women's Champion. She's already been, I think she's been the Raw Women's Champion. But either or, she's had a prime belt. She's had the main belt of the entire roster. Or the entire actual women's division. So it'll be beneath her if she gets the U.S. Championship, in my opinion. She's had the tag title. She's had the women's title. It'll be beneath her. So I can't really say Bayley. Now, could it be something for Tiffy? Maybe, in my humble opinion. It might be a good starter belt for her, but Tiffany Stratton is a much bigger star. I don't think that this belt is probably going to be the best belt, but let's be honest. If they had a women's IC championship, I will probably give that to her. Because in my opinion, the IC championship is the upper tier compared to the US championship. And I know it sounds like I'm downgrading it. I'm just saying, prestige-wise. And y'all know I'm ride or die with that title anyway. But Tiffany Stratton could probably be maybe a runner-up or somebody in that league of getting the US championship. But I honestly see her getting a higher title. That's just me. Because she's a much bigger star. But you can I think Naomi's definitely a really good candidate for it. Honestly, if you want to pick somebody from NXT to have that title for the first time, it might be too early for me to say, but I'm just going to say it. Lash Legend, come at me. I know it's a bit early because she's just now getting into a tag team with Jakara, but all I can say is that Lash Legend is a much bigger star than Jakara is in NXT. So if she decided to move up and they give her the title, I'll give her the rub. I'll say, yeah, put it on her. That's just me. I would probably put it on her. But you need to have somebody that is noticeable, that is marketable, that can actually hold that title up and hold it with pride and bring some legacy to it. And those are the, honestly, I can't say Nia Jax, she's a champion right now. Definitely not Liv, because she's a champion right now. It's going to be below Rhea, so it's not going to really make any sense to give it to her. There's not really a lot of women that I can think of that can honestly bring that title and make it into something while they're being an interesting character. Now, after saying that, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, what about Chelsea Green? No, Look, I know that Chelsea Green is very popular amongst fans now, and her character is funny, her gimmick is funny, as well as her being in a tag team, but with Piper Niven. But she doesn't have any wins. Like, she probably has maybe 2 under her belt, and she's been on the main roster for a while now. You want to have somebody that can bring a lot of prestige and eyes on the belt, even though she happens to be a very interesting character that people actually like. She's in a tag team, which means you got to break the tag team up. You got to take that belt seriously because it's brand freaking new. If it was something that wasn't new, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, if the Divas title was still around, and as Irvin would say, may that belt rest in hell, I would like, fine, slap it on her. But this happens to be a brand new United States Championship. Put it on somebody that can actually bring some worth to it. She's not there yet. I will probably say maybe in a few years. Why not? Maybe in a few years when she's no longer with Piper Niven, when they went their separate ways and they're doing their own singles run, maybe in 2 or 3 years, sure, put it on her. But not right now. Let it have a little bit more build to it. Let it be on somebody right now that has enough prestige that can actually bring some honor to it, and not just somebody who constantly is in trash fights and just make constant jokes all the time and just acting all snooty and stuck up. And I know that's her character, but the fact is she just has too many L's. She has too many embarrassments. No, do not put that on her. And I know people like her because she's popular, but don't do it. It's not time. It's way too early. Now, I've talked to Irvin about this many times. My biggest issue with NXT is the Women's North American Championship being held by Kalani Jordan. Kalani is boring. Like, she is dull as dishwater. She's great in the ring, but she's got no personality. And she didn't really do much for that belt when she had it. I'm kind of happy that she did lose it to Fatal Attraction 2.0, and I'm calling them that because that's kind of what they are to Fallon Henley. But Fallon Henley is far more interesting. She's a far more interesting character. She's a little bit more dynamic, and she can bring a little bit more eyes, a lot more eyes to that championship, as well as eyes being on her. Kalani Jordan is just boring. And if her character actually was a bit freshened up to where she had a bit of substance and a bit of, not just so much heart, she has a lot of heart, but she just doesn't have a lot of charisma. If she has a lot of charisma and a lot of aggression to how she performs in the ring, she might be more interesting, and she probably would have brought more to the title. But she didn't because she was just that boring. With Naomi, even though she's a babyface, she still brings a little bit of flair to a championship, or flair in general, besides her whole glow gimmick, which I think is the best thing she's ever come up with. I honestly believe that she has flair, she has charisma, people like her, and she'll bring eyes to that product. I can't think of anybody else on the main roster that can possibly do it. And I know people say Jade Cargill. I'm gonna be real. Hell no. No. She does not need to have a main belt right now. She needs to learn how to work on her own before she ever gets a title. She's gotten better working with Bianca, but she don't need no title right now. She don't, ever. Not right now. She needs to work on her game. But Bianca, definitely not. Bianca's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. To be honest with you, she's done everything she could possibly do. She's practically made her legacy in a short period of time. She's almost up there with Sasha, and I said almost. But she's almost up there with Sasha. She pushed her legacy already to the hilt. So to be honest with her, if she got that new belt, it'll just be a trial run for her. It'll be kind of beneath her, but it'll be something new. And do I think it's something that Bianca needs? No, but I have to go back and say that Bianca is marketable. And I think I've said this before in some of my videos. Bianca Belair is marketable. She's marketable. She can have more people look on her because she actually is a star, and it would benefit the title if she did have it. Now, will it benefit her more if she had it? Not really. It would benefit Naomi more because she really hasn't had a lot of wins since she's gotten back. So honestly, I have to say that Naomi is probably my best candidate right now. I can't think of anybody else that could actually take it, and anybody else that would make it look good. she's pretty much the only one that I think is suitable for her. I wish I could say Bayley, but her career is kind of tanked as for the past few years. Even though she's had women's championships and tag championships, she just hasn't been noticed. But yeah, Naomi is definitely my candidate for it, and I hope she does get it. I hope she does win whatever tournament they have for that title, because honestly, she's earned it. And she hasn't really had her just due since she won the championship those years ago. But anyway, y'all, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think about the new United States Women's Championship? And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I like the design. It's far better than the men's. It doesn't look bulky and ugly looking. But anyway, I like the design for this one. But anyway, who do you think will be the best candidate for this title? And what do you think about the title in general? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like what I do, and if you like what I say, by all means subscribe, share this video, and like it. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.